The false hit. When a bad database turns an 18-year-old into a felon. Today, we step into the story of a young driver who did nothing wrong, except exist inside a system that got her license plate wrong. Blue lights flash. An officer calls in a high-risk stop. Guns are drawn. Commands fly like bullets. And an 18-year-old kid finds herself on her knees, hands behind her back, begging to call her mother, all because a computer said her car was stolen. This is the moment where a database error becomes a weapon.
Control, can you go ahead and 10-3 the channel? I'm getting ready to do a high-risk stop. Turning now, I'm trying to get up to it. It's not it. Show me your hands! Show me your hands! Driver! Use your hand to open the door! Use your hand to open the door! Show me your hands! Show me your hands! Show me your hands! Step out of the car, face away from me! Face away from me! Face away from me! Show me your hands! Walk back to the sound of my voice! Walk back to the sound of my voice! Walk backwards to the sound of my voice! Alright, stop! Stop! Get on your knees! Stay there. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind. Yeah, in just a second, alright? Give me a second. Alright. What? Alright. The fuck? Stand up.
Inside the vehicle, stop. Where you at?
We're at Circle K, 46 South. Alright.
I'm confused.
So we got a hit that your car was stolen.
A hit that my car was stolen.
Yes.
Y'all can't put my registration in, everything.
Okay. Alright.
I'm only 18. Y'all can do this and then y'all put it out there on me.
Stolen, dear.
How my car, bro? Let me call my mama. Let me call my mama. Did y'all even read the tags? No, y'all did not. Let me call my mama. And y'all got me in this fucking handcuffs. Like,
give me a second.
And then gonna tell me to get down on my knees. This car ain't fucking stolen. The fuck? Y'all got me fucked up.
That's not it?
The fuck?
Alright.
Alright, shit.
Listen.
Y'all got me fucked up.
Okay. Listen. Here's what happened.
I don't want to hear shit, bro.
All right.
Let me go. Fucking wrong with y'all. Next time, y'all keep right. Got me fucked up. Get the fuck out my way.
This story captures the raw shock of an innocent person thrown into a high-risk felony stop, and the emotional fallout when the truth comes out too late. Across the footage, we see officers initiating a high-risk felony stop based on a stolen vehicle hit. The driver confused, terrified, and compliant. Repeated commands, "Show me your hands. Walk back to the sound of my voice." The young lady forced to her knees, handcuffed and surrounded. Officers admitting they're confused. The driver realizing the truth before they do. "Y'all didn't even read the tags." Her frustration boiling over as she tries to call her mother. The officers struggling to explain a mistake they don't fully understand. The young lady shouting the only thing that makes sense. "I'm only 18." The stop ending not with an arrest, but with anger, humiliation, and a system that shrugs off the damage. This story exposes the danger of automated policing, the human cost of bad data, and the trauma created. When authority acts first and verifies later. Learn more through false stolen vehicle hits and high-risk stop protocols. 104 miles per hour, when speed turns into a power struggle. This is the story of a famous athlete, a driver who thought she was just passing traffic and instead found herself face-to-face with a sergeant who had already made up his mind. Flashing headlights, a gray Aston Martin slicing through lanes, a radar reading 104 miles per hour in a 65, and a sergeant who wastes no time reminding her that apologies don't erase danger. This is the moment where a traffic stop becomes a lesson in power, panic, and consequences.
You're flashing them to get out of your way, are you? Let's give you a path to get past them. See what you do. Passing a car at 101, 103, 104. County motor 50, copy 1050. Gonna be 429 northbound at Stony Brook, Florida tag. On a gray Aston Martin and an occupants. I would wipe that smile off your face. I'm Sergeant McDaniels with the Orange County Sheriff's Office. You're being stopped for dangerous, excessive speeding.
I understand my tire at the back is like literally on 29.
So you're driving at 100. Hold on. You're driving at 104 miles an hour in a 65 mile an hour zone with subpar equipment, flashing people to get out of your lights, out of your lane, following too close, using every lane to pass everybody, cutting me off, passing a car on the inside shoulder with their hazard lights on. You're going to jail for dangerous, excessive speeding.
I'm so sorry. I did not mean to do that. My phone, I didn't even know my car was speeding.
That's why they give you a speedometer.
I totally understand. I communicate with you, sir. I really do not want to go to jail.
No, most people don't, but you got to think about that before you do the speed. I need your license, your registration, and your insurance. You were speeding.
Sir, I was, and I totally didn't know. If you look at my phone, my buttons right here, they jump around. My phone was sitting here, and it slid on here. I literally see it's not even in normal mode, and I see that. My apologies, sir. Please, I communicate.
The mode has nothing to do with your gas pedal.
No.
I need your license, your registration, and your insurance.
Please, sir, I really want to work. Can you really work with me, sir? I promise you, I am a law-abiding citizen. I have my ID, my insurance on my phone. There was no intention of me speeding today. I promise you, sir.
Is this a good address for you, Lake Valley Drive?
Yes, sir. I'm here. I'm local, sir. Please work with me. I promise you.
I don't know what work with you means.
Not work with me. I understand that. I will take the ticket. I will show the
No,
court.
like I told you, you're going to jail.
Please don't allow me to go to jail. Please, sir. Please.
Listen to me.
Please, sir. I really.
If nothing you say is going to change that. You are going to jail.
Sir, am I going to jail, Jake?
Yes.
Sir, I really was not meant to intentionally speeding at
That's
all.
even more scary.
Sir,
that means that you're doing things unintentionally
no,
on a
sir,
task that
please,
requires
please,
all
sir,
your attention.
Sir, please, I'm begging you.
You are going to have a little bit of time to make some phone calls.
Sir,
You are going to jail.
please,
I am
sir.
towing your car.
Please, sir, don't take me to jail. I will do
Yes.
everything.
No.
I will do everything.
You have two options.
Listen. My tire, sir, please.
Listen,
I can't
you have
go
two
to
options.
jail. Please, sir.
The first option is you can either ride with me in my car,
Sir,
Damn, that's loud.
The second option is you are going to go to jail in a cage car.
No,
Which do you
sir,
prefer?
look, I promise you, I don't want to go to jail. I'm right here. I have a team here. I have a coach, everything, sir. I was not intentionally doing anything, and I am.
You're not listening. You're repeating yourself and not listening. Nothing you say is going to change.
So I want to.
All right, so make some phone calls. Let people know that you're going to have a $500 bond.
This story captures the collision between reckless speed and uncompromising authority, and the emotional unraveling that follows when a driver realizes there's no talking her way out. Across the footage, we see the Aston Martin weaving through traffic at 100+ miles per hour, the sergeant calling out violations in real time, passing on the shoulder, flashing people, cutting me off. The stop initiated at Stony Brook. The driver immediately apologizing, panicking, pleading. The sergeant shutting it down with, "I would wipe that smile off your face." The driver insisting she didn't know she was speeding. The sergeant firing back, "That's why they gave you a speedometer." The driver begging not to go to jail. The sergeant repeating, calm and absolute, "Nothing you say is going to change that." The moment the driver realizes she's going to jail, her voice breaking. The sergeant giving her two choices: ride in the patrol car or ride in the cage car. The driver pleading again, desperate, overwhelmed. The sergeant unmoved, focused, procedural. A $500 bond waiting on the other side. This story shows how reckless driving meets rigid enforcement, and how quickly a routine stop becomes a life-altering moment when fear, authority, and adrenaline collide. Learn more through dangerous driving laws and arrest protocols during traffic stops. The Decoy Deer, when officers chase a career case instead of the truth. This is the story of a man who stopped to look at a deer and ended up in handcuffs, jailed, and fighting for his reputation because two officers wanted a trophy arrest. A fake deer in a field, two DNR officers hiding in the dark, a man driving home with pizza and binoculars, and a career case built on ego, silence, and a law the officers didn't understand. This is the moment where a decoy exposes the real predators.
You just put your hands out the window where I can see them.
Did I do anything wrong by stopping and using binoculars to look if I didn't have any light?
You can't stop and look at deer with a gun in the truck. Would you tow the truck?
It'd be nice to put the sucker on a rollback.
This is like a once in a career.
Yeah, this is great, dude. This is absolutely great.
Yeah, it's a career case, all right. It's just not the kind of career-making case that he thought it was going to be.
This thing is a piece of absolute garbage.
In November 2024, a pair of South Carolina Department of Natural Resources officers planted a fake deer in a field off Cox Mill Road in Greenville County. Then ran back to their trucks to hide.
Damn, freaking body camera lit up.
Then it happened.
Is he still looking at it?
He's not got a light out, but he's stopped in the road and he backed up. I'm gonna stop him no matter what.
Is his headlights on?
No.
He might be loading her up.
He's driving on now. He's going straight. I'm gonna go after him.
DNR Patrol Officer Robert Thomas was on the phone with DNR Lance Corporal Zach Tatum. Tatum could not see what Thomas was seeing.
He kind of turned when he backed his headlight, but he never put him directly on it. But I mean, would you not go after him?
Yeah.
Go after him?
Yeah, I'd stop it.
But he didn't fully shine it though, you know what I mean?
I don't know what he did. He pulled into the intersection?
No, he was going straight. I think he's seen if it would move.
Yeah, I'd stop it.
Right there on Cox Mill Road, Shane Huffman was caught in a DNR sting. DNR uses fake deer to lure hunters into committing one of the more serious wildlife charges known as night hunting. They stage decoys in fields, often on the side of the road, then wait for someone to shine a light on it. To be convicted of night hunting, DNR would have to prove someone violated South Carolina Code Section 50-11-705 by displaying or using artificial light at night, disclosing the presence of deer, or what's commonly known as spotlighting. The law also requires DNR prove the person had possession of or with immediate access to a rifle or shotgun with ammo big enough to kill large game.
He kind of turned when he backed his headlight, but he never put them directly on it. But he didn't fully shine it though, you know what I mean?
Although the officers knew Huffman didn't shine anything at that deer, Officer Thomas went after him anyway.
You just put your hands out the window where I can see them. Where y'all coming from?
Nate's Pizza.
Okay.
I just got out of the woods and I picked her up at the house and we went and got Nate's Pizza.
And I know you got the rifle back here. Do not touch it or move it, okay?
Yes, sir.
What's the binoculars in your lap for?
Oh, well, I just had passed a bunch of deer and I told her to hand me binoculars. I seen a buck. I was already told that y'all done that there, so I figured it was fake.
What all you got? Just binoculars?
Binoculars, I got my 9mm up here in the front. I got my concealed weapon permit.
Okay.
That's it, and that rifle on the back.
Okay, just hang tight for a second, okay?
The officer then muted his body camera. Over the next minute, nothing Thomas said was recorded.
What we'll do, I'm gonna put you in.
Can I put this in my bag?
Yes. Go ahead. I'm gonna put you in handcuffs. You're just detained at the moment, okay?
Okay.
Just because we got a lot of guns and just trying to figure out everything, okay?
Officer Thomas then gets on the phone with Lance Corporal Zach Tatum.
All right, I got both of them out.
Officer Thomas again mutes his body camera during the call. Over the next 2.5 minutes, none of the audio was recorded.
I'm gonna read your rights real quick, and then you can ask me questions. I ain't gonna ask you questions. I just want you to know your rights. You have the right to remain silent.
And right there, DNR formally arrested Shane Huffman for night hunting.
What was your question first?
Obviously, spotlight's a big thing.
Right.
But did I do anything wrong by stopping and using binoculars to look? If I didn't have any lights on, that's really my only question.
You can't stop and look at deer with a gun in the truck.
That I did not know, and that is completely my
Obviously,
fault.
spotlighting is a no-no.
Right, correct.
But stopping in the middle of the road, backing up,
Yeah.
and then you got a rifle. Is it loaded?
It is loaded. I literally just got out of the woods, and I picked her out. I was hunting up here on 101 on Nee's Fuse property, and I left there. I picked her up. I live literally a mile up the road on. I went and picked her up. We went to get Nate's, and I come back. I hardly ever go Cox Mill because I know there's a lot of deer on that road.
It's also a moonlight night tonight.
Right.
So you don't need a spotlight as much. You can see deer in the field.
Yes, sir.
I think that's why you use the binoculars, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Officer Thomas searched Huffman's truck.
Mainly curious. I've never looked through one.
As Thomas searched,
he's a young boy.
Lance Corporal Tatum pulled up. Tatum quickly recognized Shane Huffman.
Is this one the Coyote guy? Huffman? Yes. You just now realize that? Yeah, see him 100%.
The Coyote guy. Huffman is a night hunter licensed to legally hunt coyotes after dark. He also maintains a Facebook page, Palmetto Predator Pros, highlighting his eradication of the invasive four-legged deer-killing predator.
I see him, man.
I'm still hot, but that's fine.
I am too. Hold on. Wait.
Yeah, well, I know it was.
Thomas muted his camera.
What's his?
And Tatum thought he muted his own camera too.
Where's your I text you from my personal phone to your personal phone.
I don't know.
I text you his picture. Remember I said he killed a big deer the other day, a monster deer.
Is this a thermal?
Yes, I have thermal handheld, yes, sir.
Thermal was back, not this scope.
Oh, he's toast. He's got a thermal and he's got a night vision. He's trying to act like it's not a night vision scope. It's a day-night scope, is what he's calling it.
That thermal optic was put away in a bag on the back seat of the truck behind Shane Huffman's driver's seat, along with all of his other coyote night hunting gear. Huffman's attorney pointed out, a thermal does not emit light and isn't an artificial light source as defined in the night hunting statute. Huffman and his girlfriend continued to wait while the officers worked to build their career case inside that DNR patrol truck. Meanwhile, Tatum's body camera continued to record everything.
Would you tow the truck?
So he just bought that truck, and it'd be nice to put that sucker on a rollback, but that's up to you. She can get a ride.
This is obviously.
What's his last name? Huffman?
This is like a once in a career.
Yeah, this is great, dude. This is absolutely great.
We obtained more than 3 hours of body camera recordings from Huffman's arrest and DNR's seizure of his truck, guns, and hunting equipment. A lot of the time that night was spent with Shane trying to understand why he was going to jail for night hunting when he never shined a light.
When you say night hunting, what do you mean where I just stopped and looked through binoculars?
It's that and a combination of having the loaded rifle. You also have the capability to know that's not a decoy out in the field with the thermal.
Well, that's on me because I had no idea. I would have never stopped. I literally, I turned on Cox Mill Road.
And nowadays, you don't have to shine to night hunt because of night vision and thermal.
Right. Yeah, I get that completely.
So you don't have to shine, but stopping, backing up, looking at deer, having loaded guns, you get what I'm saying?
That's on me because I had, real honest to God, had no idea.
48 minutes after pulling him over.
You ever been in any kind of trouble?
Never been in any kind of trouble at all.
Officer Robert Thomas hauled Shane Huffman to the county jail. Huffman spent 36 minutes handcuffed alongside Thomas. He continued to ask questions, worrying whether he'd lose his right to hunt and still not understanding exactly what he did that constituted night hunting.
I'm not blaming you. I'm not mad. I did what I did, but I'm honest as I could be, and that's probably my fault. Maybe I didn't look into the rules any better, but I always knew spotlighting was a no-no for sure. But I would never guess in my time, which I did have the loaded gun, and I didn't think nothing about it.
On November 15th, 2024, for the first time in his life, Shane Huffman was fingerprinted, searched, and spent the night in a jail cell with a group of other men charged with who knows what.
What did Shane Huffman do wrong that night?
Nothing.
I said, I'm sorry, I had no idea that was illegal. I knew that you couldn't spotlight, and I knew that.
I saw an arrest of a good guy with no probable cause, a detention on the side of the road where they continued to misrepresent the law, kind of bully my client. And then I saw him, the worst of all, seize his truck.
Columbia attorney Lori Murray fought DNR in Huffman's criminal prosecution.
Really, my job was to call them and say, I just need you to watch the video. Just watch the video and then call me back. I don't even really have to do a whole lot of arguing here. You'll see what I see. And they did.
Murray says it wasn't the DNR who listened to her. She says DNR wanted Huffman prosecuted to the fullest. It was a Greenville County prosecutor who looked at DNR's case file and decided Shane Huffman didn't do anything wrong.
And he comes back to me and says, they won't drop the charges. Well, you at that point have been educated by a prosecutor with a legal degree that your case has no merit, that you need to dismiss the charges, and DNR still wouldn't consent to dropping the charges. I think it was maybe a week later where he knew that he had to drop the charges because he couldn't prove the case, regardless of whether DNR consented.
Why would DNR be so hell-bent on going forward? Even after, as you say, an educated prosecutor said, we've got nothing here.
Pride. I think pride, ego, and also civil liability, which is why we're sitting here right now.
Murray is one of the lawyers who filed a civil lawsuit against DNR over this arrest. The other is Patrick McLaughlin, a civil attorney with a long record of successfully suing government officials over civil rights abuses in South Carolina.
You hear one officer tell the other, this is a career case.
Yeah, it's a career case, all right. It's just not the kind of career-making case that he thought it was going to be. Yeah, I think he thought that it was a big case and he was bringing in this nice, expensive truck, and this seizure for them would bring in big money for DNR, or maybe they'd end up using that truck for themselves. I don't know what they thought. But he definitely thought it was going to make his career to bring that specific truck in, that brand new truck with paper tags on it. They thought that was going to make their careers, but it might make their career in a totally different way than they were expecting. It was just a complete abuse of the process that night. And maybe it was an innocent mistake on their part. I don't know. But if it was, then they shouldn't be wearing a badge.
In March 2025, the solicitor dismissed Huffman's charge, citing insufficient evidence. In October 2025, Murray and McLaughlin filed this lawsuit, accusing DNR of false arrest and imprisonment, malicious prosecution, negligence in properly training Tatum and Thomas on the night hunting law, and protecting the public from being arrested for things that are not crimes. The lawsuit also alleges defamation, for the false and defamatory statements DNR published when the officers publicly accused Huffman of breaking the law. They did so with knowledge of their falsity and/or reckless disregard as to whether or not they were true, McLaughlin wrote in the lawsuit.
That's him, ain't it?
I'm still hot, but that's fine.
I am too. Hold on. Wait.
Yes. Are you hot?
No, silenced.
Murray is also suspicious of those muted body camera conversations.
Beep, beep. Are you hot? Beep. Turning it on and off left and right. Forget the fact that it's against their own policy to do that. It just looks bad. What are you saying that you don't want anybody else to hear? What are you acknowledging does not need to go on the body cam? Because this is in the middle of a conversation about Shane Huffman. This is in the middle of a conversation about his arrest. And the fact that you would even say, are you hot, just to get him to turn it off, acknowledges that they knew they were about to say something that nobody else should hear.
Without these body cams, would this be a different outcome?
Without the body cams, we wouldn't have that conversation. It would have been Shane's word against theirs. Generally, a jury of 12 is going to believe law enforcement over the everyday citizen.
Thank y'all so much. We can get started.
I asked DNR Director Tim Mulliken for an interview along with officers Zach Tatum and Robert Thomas. No one would agree to an interview. I spoke with Susan Porter, DNR's general counsel, by phone. She told me it's DNR's practice to not talk about a pending lawsuit. But I reminded her our questions were about the dismissed criminal prosecution of Shane Huffman.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with what he did. Wrong place, wrong time, but only because there were the wrong officers there. This one, I think DNR will remember for a while once we're done.
Although DNR General Counsel Susan Porter told me she doesn't comment on pending litigation, she did have a lot to say. She told me the prosecutor here was wrong, that DNR Officer Thomas had plenty of probable cause to stop and arrest Shane Huffman. There was probable cause all day long and twice on Sunday, she told me. Come to court and you'll see it. DNR filed an answer to the lawsuit denying the allegations. I also asked Porter whether either of these officers violated DNR's body camera policy. She told me no, because DNR did not have a policy in place when this all happened. DNR confirmed there is no documented disciplinary action in these officers' files related to this arrest as of this report. Susan Porter also criticized me and other journalists for not following up and following through on stories like this. But I assured her the follow-up is one of our specialties.
This story reveals the collapse of integrity inside a wildlife sting, where officers muted their cameras, misrepresented the law, and arrested a man for a crime he didn't commit. Across the footage and reporting, we see DNR officers planting a fake deer decoy on Cox Mill Road. One officer saying, "I'm going to stop him no matter what." Both officers admitting the driver never shined a light. The stop initiated anyway. Shane Huffman calmly explaining he used binoculars, not a spotlight. Officers discovering he legally hunts coyotes at night. Body cameras being muted repeatedly during key moments. Officers discussing towing his new truck, seizing his gear, and calling it a career case. Huffman handcuffed, detained, Mirandized, and jailed. Officers misquoting the law, claiming binoculars plus a gun equals night hunting. A prosecutor reviewing the case and concluding he didn't do anything wrong. DNR refusing to drop charges anyway. Charges finally dismissed for insufficient evidence. A civil lawsuit filed alleging false arrest, false imprisonment, malicious prosecution, negligence, improper training, defamation. DNR's general counsel insisting there was probable cause all day long. No internal investigation, no discipline, no accountability. This story exposes how ego, pride, and the promise of asset seizure can warp law enforcement into something unrecognizable, and how body cameras, even muted ones, can still reveal the truth. Explore more through malicious prosecution cases and decoy sting ethics.